The cold night air clung to me, thick and heavy like a burial shroud. All around, the graveyard was coming alive, not with the gentle rustle of leaves, but with the scraping sound of earth being clawed away from the inside. Gnarled, spectral hands tore through the soil, reaching for something, for someone. Panic seized me, my breath catching in my throat as I scrambled backward, tripping over a fallen headstone and stumbling into the gaping maw of a shattered mausoleum. Inside, the darkness was absolute, but only for a moment. A faint, sickly green light began to pulse from the walls. Sigils, hundreds of them, etched into the stone, glowed with an otherworldly energy. I froze, my heart pounding against my ribs like a war drum. And then I noticed it, the light, the eerie glow. It was pulsing in perfect time with my heartbeat. Thump, thump, glow. Thump, thump, glow. A cold dread, colder than the grave itself, washed over me. What was happening? A voice, like the rattle of ancient chains, echoed through the chamber, seeming to come from everywhere and nowhere at once. You should not have come here, child. A figure began to coalesce from the shadows, half solid, a swirling vortex of mist and regret. It was Azekar, the keeper of this forgotten place, a spirit I'd only heard of in hushed whispers. His form flickered, and his voice was a lament. They have chosen you. The restless dead, they meet a vessel. Vessel? The word hung in the air, heavy and menacing. I looked from his translucent face to the glowing sigils on the walls. They were getting brighter, the energy in the room crackling, making the hair on my arms stand on end. The clawing sounds from outside grew louder, more frantic, a symphony of desperation from beyond the veil. They weren't just rising. They were coming here, for me. A vessel for what? I managed to ask, my voice a trembling whisper. Azekar's mournful eyes met mine. To walk among the living once more. To finish what was left undone. He gestured with a shadowy hand to the center of the room, where the sigils converged in a complex, terrifying pattern. They have been waiting. For someone with the right blood, the right spark. Suddenly, the sigils on the walls flared, igniting like 1,000 green suns. The light was blinding, searing. The air hummed with immense power, a pressure building that threatened to crush me. The spirits that had clawed their way from the earth began to seep through the stone walls, their ghostly forms drawn to the light, to me. They swirled around the chamber, a silent, screaming vortex of souls. I felt a pull, a tug on my very essence, as if they were trying to peel my spirit away from my body. I thought I was trapped, a rat in a cage with a legion of ghosts. But as the sigils burned brighter and the spirits swirled faster, a horrifying realization dawned on me. The sigils weren't a cage to keep me in. They were a beacon. The spirits weren't here to attack me. They were gathering. Waiting. Azekar's words echoed in my mind. A vessel. This wasn't an attack. It was a ceremony, a ritual, and I wasn't the victim. I was the key. I was standing at the heart of an ancient rite, and for it to be completed, it needed me. My fear began to curdle, twisting into something else, something I didn't recognize. The spirits swirled around me, their ghostly hands reaching, not to harm, but to anoint. I wasn't trapped with them, ... They were trapped without me. And the ritual was about to begin.